yeah, it's nice to see that Aeon has found a home with the down-to-earth lads.
Yes, I was talking about that. You know, he was one of the team, or one of the guys that, you know, got the short end of the stick. We can go into that, you know, on one of our personal streams or whatever. But it's good to see him finally finding success with another team, and I've always been a fan of Astro. And speaking of Astro, he gets Jacob out of the net and frees the way for Nox's.
Early start, early doors for Down to Earth here as Nox is with the shot on target. Again, aided by Astro, removing Jacob from a shot-saving opportunity. So Down to Earth do take the lead. And to remind everybody, these teams are fighting for their tournament lives. This is the last chance in North America to even get close to that major spot. These teams, whoever loses, they are out. And it's a long road back into majors from this point.
Well,
near impossible for these guys, I'd imagine.
And whoever wins still gonna have a long road because they're gonna go to 2-2 and still have to get yet another win to go to tomorrow. But, you know, focus on one game at a time and one series at a time as well. That's a good poke downfield from Wonder, just making Aeon stay truthful in net. And Tyler, that was an awkward rotation. You think he should have been there to follow up. Instead, he doesn't, and leads to a turnover in favor of Down to Earth.
Jacob wants to work with Tyler to get the ball out of that blue half. Aeon cutting it off in the midfield, though. A lot of teams at the moment having that focus on one man to stay on the wall, so he's adaptable. He can go into a position where he will go high and challenge in the air and fly to be a disruptor, or go to ground and challenge with a 50. It's been a big focus at the moment, but chance as Nox is on target. Seem to have a mile of space in the air here. Nobody from 72 PC challenging.
Well, you saw, I believe that was Wonder fly by. There's so many names flying by my screen at one time, but the challenge a little too early. Once he hit that ball, they were down a man, and you called it. No one else goes up in the air, and Nox just slots it right under the crossbar. He's 2 for 2 so far in this game. Picture perfect, and Astro squeezes it in. I think it's going to be about 5 miles per hour. Okay, 45 somehow.
I don't know how that's 45.
I don't
at the end
either.
Aeon, right, so Aeon got the hit, I suppose, to make it 45 miles an hour, but he wasn't credited with the goal, which is very interesting.
I don't know what's going on, man.
Can we, like, I don't know, Devin or something? I don't know who's in charge of weird things like that, and just explain. Very interesting. Very odd, but
blame Scheist. That's always the good fallback.
That's very fair. Blame Scheist, and your problems will all go away. But Astro wanting to create more problems for the 72-pin connector guys. Doesn't manage to get anything in that play, but challenging to Astro and Aeon both going up. Nox's comes in to clear it to that right-hand side. Underneath, Tana sends the ball. And this game has been entirely down to earth so far.
Tyler opened up the net, and Jacob swing and a miss. That thing was so wide, and net was nothing but wide open. Those are the opportunities that you have to capitalize on, and 72 PC lets one go by the wayside. This ball's bombed downfield. It was close, but not quite on target. And again, Jacob just launching another ball at that back wall, but still can't quite find their mark. As Down to Earth, they've gotten lucky a few times here, and they're still holding on to no goals given.
I would love to be in the mind of Wonder.
What? No!
Oh!
Whoopsies!
The mind of Wonder is nothing compared to the car of Astro. Over the top and off the ceiling. The double tap comes in, uses Tyler to secure the goal. And the fourth for Down to Earth sends them into a very clear lead.
Oh my goodness. The scoreboard is so lopsided right now that every time I pull it up, I feel like it's going to tilt one way off of my screen. Down to Earth, 552 points, 430, 295, and then you look at 72 PC, nobody above 90 points yet. They've got to pick things up. Thankfully, this is a best-of-5 series, and Jacob just fires that right at the nose of Astro, but hey, at least he's between the sticks on that one, as Wonder's going to try and... No, he doesn't even touch the ball, and right now, it's just leaving me scratching my head consistently. The 72 PC, it's like the rotations are awkward, the speed is awkward, the whiffs are uncharacteristic. It's just what's going on.
I was saying about Wonder before he managed to get that goal, that very nice goal as well. Jacob trying to be a disruptor. Wonder with an easy shot on target, but Astro manages to get in the way. And I think Wonder for me has just been a bit confusing. Like earlier on, there was a chance. He had about 3 seconds to decide what he wanted to do. And what he wanted to do apparently was slap the ball gently towards the net and then retreat as if he was giggling away like a cat.
Like he just ran downfield, the ding dog ditched the orange net. Yeah. Got him.
Got him! Oh! And just run away. It was odd. And Wonder's done that a couple of times now where he's not convinced of the play that he has ended up going for.
Right.
And so, with just over 30 seconds left, this game has been entirely, until that shot and save, was entirely for Down to Earth.
That was a great shot, almost finding its mark. And here's an opportunity. Wonder's got a little space, but the ball gets away from him. Didn't have the boost. And Aeon's going to steal it, but goes right to Ty Not Tyler. And again, off their mark. Accuracy issues are starting to plague 72-pin connector as a lopsided victory in favor of the team we just saw score. They put a 5th one on the board.
Astro nearing a 1,000-point game in this opener. Sends that pass fantastically over towards Aeon. And 5-0 will easily secure this one. It was over at 3, I feel. But man, fantastic showing from every player on Down to Earth. And 72-pin connector barely got off the bus before this game registered in their heads.
Yeah, they got to wake up now and make sure they're fully off the bus, as you're saying, because they're getting left in the dust right now. Down to Earth playing very well and playing very well as a team. Only one unassisted goal, and it came at the hand of Astro, and I believe it was the one where he popped it up and it went off of Ty Not Tyler, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Astro having a fantastic showing there. Incredible performance. And I mean, he got 6 saves, 3 shots, 2 goals, 1 assist. Not crazy out of the world stats. It just shows how many touches he got, how many passes he was getting central, how many little touches that were just affecting the game across the board boosted him towards that 1,000-point game, that milestone to let you know that you're an absolute don in a match. But that first game going very, very decisively against 72-pin connector. Worrying performance from them because we need to see more if they want to maintain their position as competitors in this tournament.
Yeah, and I'd like to see this first minute just really magnified. I'm going to look at the micro. Oh, that's a good pass and a better block by Ann, but I want to look, instead of at the macro, I want to look at the micro of 72PC right now. This first minute of gameplay, see what they're doing, what they're going to try and come out with in game 2, and how they're going to try and respond, because they got shut out in game 1, and I'm telling you, if Down to Earth gets this first goal, this series is as good as over. Good save there.
Yeah, good save by Jacob, but full extension as well. Tips it away with his nose. Wonder deciding what he wants to do with this ball, but Nox makes his mind up for him as he can now pick up that 100 boost. And Ty Not Tyler goes on a field trip into that offensive third when he was being called back. That turn is either the worst rotation I've seen for a while or the boldest fake challenge I've seen for a while. Maybe both at the same time.
Well, that's what the scenario where if you're pushing forward like that and you realize you're the last man back, you can't just turn and hope that you're going to catch up to the ball. You have to make a challenge on that ball, whether it's just launching yourself trying to pre-read it in air or something, because what you did didn't work, and he forced himself onto an island there. Uh-oh.
Oh, Astro with a shot on his own net. Can't resist shooting. Wonder can't resist taking him off this pitch as well. Gets the demo. Tyler sends it long onto the backboard. Astro can't clear it away. Great backboard defense when he returned. High, Aeon gets one touch. That goes straight towards the target, and Jacob reading the double. Keeps it at just 1-0 for now.
Imagine being in 2018 and someone telling you, hey, we've got a team that we just came out with of Jacob, Wonder, and Ty Not Tyler. And you're gonna just lose your marbles like, no way, this team is amazing. And In 2020, story's a little different, but I love seeing the grandpas take the pitch. These guys have been around for so long and each finding their own success respectively in the scene. It's just pretty cool to see these guys all team up together.
And such stories behind them as well, coming up against the very new players in Astro, Noxus, and Aeon. Aeon having probably the most history, and even that is about a season long.
Yeah.
So, well, 1 or 2 seasons long to be generous, but it's the two contrasting styles as well, where we're just seeing so much more come out of Down to Earth. But Grandpas aren't out of it just yet as Tyler continues this push onward. Astro doesn't want to commit too hard to that ball. Jacob sends it high, but doesn't go anywhere as Astro up for one, and nearly the second makes contact. But an incredibly acute angle sends it directly to the floor with nobody there to receive the accidental pass.
Yeah, I want to know, was that supposed to be a pass or a shot? Either way would have been nice, but Aeon gets that save. Jacob, big swing and a miss there. Wonder puts it back to Tyler, but he just kind of turns that ball over. But thankfully, Jacob was sitting in midfield. The drop down pass, you love to see it. But the defense from Down to Earth saw it coming from a mile away, and they were positioned perfectly.
Now Wonder wants to continue this attacking phase. Aeon high with 30 boost, can get another touch. Flip reset, in fact. Jacob, though, will crush those dreams of a Reddit-worthy clip as Noxus sends it towards Aeon for him to get another one. Air roll was a little bit too abundant there, and so he just flicks his way past the ball. Noxus central, straight to Jacob, who just punts it away. I'd love to see him take the touch.
Yeah, you want to see just a little more thought put into these touches, a little more thought on why they're doing what they're doing, because I'll tell you what, Rocket League is definitely the game that makes me use my brain the most. The moment you have a short little lapse is the moment you get scored on. You've got to constantly be thinking, hey, if I clear this here, what's the repercussion of doing this? And I want to see 72 PC do a much better job of that, but they've been doing a much better job here in game 2. Jacob gets the flick, but nobody home as him and Wonder were holding hands in that corner. And 45 seconds to go here, Stumpy. They still need a goal to tie this up to send it into OT.
Oh, and there it is. You said they need a goal to tie it, and Ty is there to tie it all up. 40 seconds on the clock. Central from Jacob. Aeon with the width, and the bottom right corner opens itself up perfectly. The first goal for 72 Pin Connector coming at a vital time.
Couldn't have asked for it for more perfect time on that one, as Tyler was the right place, right time, just in case a miss came out on that ball, and you love to see it, but Astro somehow gets that ball out of the smallest window, and Aeon finishes it off.
Oh, that touch got past 2 defenders as well. Jacob and Ty both lured in to the allure that is Astro. Gets it round. The second goal comes in. Aeon. Now under 30 seconds. 72 Pin Connector need to double their total goals in this series to stay in it. Otherwise, they face down a reverse sweep. And I do not have high hopes for them there. Astro on that right wing. Ty will cut them off.
Oh.
Noxus can't make any contact. Jacob, ceiling pass, needed a bit more spice on that to make it a viable pass. As Wanda sends it high with no real aim. Astro, though, aim and fire. Middle of the net. Third goal, game 2, goes the way of Down to Earth.
Yeah, you want to see Jacob and Wonder connect on that pass because it was the right idea. Jacob was up before the defender. Had he had gotten the drop down pass right on the hood of Wonder, this would be a different story. We'd be looking at a tie ball game and possibly looking at overtime, but instead, game 2 going in favor of Down to Earth, and they have looked nothing short of dominant.
I mean, that second game starting off so much closer, though. It ended up being a 3-1, but that was in the last 28 seconds that ended up happening.
Right.
It was a better showing from 72 Pin Connector. I did think that there were decent chances in there as well, but I think the 2 weakest links in that roster are Jacob and especially Wanda, who doesn't seem to know what's going on half the match. Every now and then he'll go for a lofting pass where it needs to be direct. Other times he'll hit it direct at his teammate who has no idea the pass is even coming in. There's not enough substance to his plays to warrant the final product of the touches that he is making. And down to earth, and almost entirely Astro is taking full advantage. Astro having the day of his life right now and sending his team 2-0 up in their survival match.
Yeah, Astro already in 2 games, 3 goals, 2 assists, doing everything he can on offense, but not to be outdone. His teammates are helping as well. Noxus has 3 himself. Aeon has 2. Aeon also has 2 assists, so this team is just firing on all cylinders, but there's Wonder up off the crossbar, and Astro going to slow that down right in front of Noxus. But let's see what 72PC can do here. Can they come up with some sort of sustained offensive pressure?
Astro will take it central and cleverly pass it off towards Aeon. Wonder, though, does end up reading that. And there's no boost in that corner for him to get. Aeon and Wonder now both starved. And Wonder taking out his frustration with that situation.
Oh!
That goes on target. And then Astro with a sublime backward save. This man is on fire.
My goodness, his sticks are made of gold right now. It's just beauty on the pitch, and Noxus, great rotation back. I know Astro got the touch, but Noxus, you okay there? It looked like his controller disconnected, to be honest. It kind of just sat in the box.
Did he realize that ball was over the top of him? He had 78 boost.
I don't...
He was able to get it was quick. It was a very nice shot in the end from Jacob to send it in, but Noxus had the boost to get there. Maybe he thought, I don't know, that maybe he didn't think it was going in, it was going crossbar down. Odd, very odd, but regardless, 72 pin connector take everything they can, and they end up taking the lead in this 3rd survival match for them. They lose this, they're out of here. This is their RLCS X run over and done with.
Yeah, like you were alluding to, first lead of the series. Ty Not Tyler looking for bodies in the box, but can't connect with anyone. Puts him out of position, leads to a turnover, and Aeon's already up. Gets a great challenge in midair on Ty Not Tyler, but Wonder with the speed, able to put that over to the side. And Jacob, not a fan of that touch, just launching it at the net. I'd really like to see 72PC try and slow things up a little more, but Astro, these reads at midfield are insanity.
This is now 72 pin connector versus Astro. Just swooping in over the top of Aeon's 50 to get that goal. As soon as he identifies an open net, that is like catnip to him. He will rush the ball there as soon as he humanly can. Astro, game of his life.
And another reason that I like Astro, and one thing that draws me to players, is when I get to see them play in live environments, and then I get to see how their family supports him. And Astro, he has one of the biggest supporting casts behind him. His mom is such a big fan of him, and as a parent, you know, it just puts a big smile on your face when you get to see these parents come out and just support their kids no matter what they're doing. They just want to see them be happy, and Astro gotta be smiling from ear to ear right now.
It was one of my favorite things about the DreamHack events and in RLCS Madrid, because the families that showed up, it was Gyro's family mainly and Torment's family as well. I DM his mum regularly on Instagram because she is an absolute gem and we talk about anything and everything. And she is the most supportive person, along with Gyro's entire family. It's so nice to see, and I imagine, like I said, as a parent, it must be wonderful because it's a new industry and these guys are making names for themselves. A good offensive play coming out from Down to Earth. Can't think anything just yet, but with these final 2 minutes, it just feels like there's a goal coming.
Oh no! Oh no!
There it is!
Disaster strikes as the clear from Wonder goes right towards center, and Astro says, "Go ahead, Noxus. Go ahead and take it, young gun."
Jacob tried to rush back to make the best out of that situation and just couldn't. Wonder, another weak touch and another goal is on his hands. 2-1, looking to be like we are going to see Down to Earth take this in 3. But 72 pin, it's close. They are not out. There are still chances. Wonder with a chance there, sends it straight at the net. Jacob, chance to go for one and a double. But instead, Ty Not Tyler comes in, brings it even.
This is just great pressure here from 72PC, realizing they have the entire defense backwards. They're all rushing back towards the net, so keep launching those shots. And Ty Not Tyler finishes it off. at the hand of Jacob. Here we go, Stumpy. Minute and a half to go in this. Oh, boy. Astro with another one. He reads the defense so well. He sees the double commits coming from a mile away. And again, puts Down to Earth up by 1.
I would like to ask Wanda there what on earth he was thinking. Because there's no way that ball was his. Jacob was clearly up. Even if he shouldn't have been up, that is never Wanda's ball. He is not up quick enough. Completely leaves the net open. And yet another goal coming out and is on Wanda's hands. Tyler, though, trying to get another goal to his name. Doesn't manage to get around Nox's. Wanda, great touch. One flick. Not high enough as God Astro can keep it away. Jacob on that left wall. Battles it out with Aeon. Astro touches back. And then Jacob touches back. Guys, you're on the other team, so maybe move it up the way that you need it to. And Nox is up nice and early. Tips it over the bar. 1 minute remains. Jacob wanting to get another.
Oh, and a great demo. And he got that corner boost. Let's see what that's going to do for this offensive push. But nobody there for the challenge here is Jacob. Smartly waited at midfield. Goes for the infield pass, but Tyler couldn't quite catch up to that one. There was a little too much sauce put on the pass. And 72 PC, their offense come and go pretty quick.
Yeah, they had a couple of chances there as well to sink it away, but they just didn't manage to. As Wanda lofts it high and central again. Tyler trying to put in legwork to rectify some errors from his teammates. Aeon up high, gets the double. It skims the goal. I have no idea how he got that angle, but these final 10 seconds will decide 72 Pin Connector's fate. Wanda up in his own box, floundering, flustered. Jacob sends it high and over the top though, but Tyler not going for it. Anything there would have helped out. Instead, he wanted to get the perfect touch and not just a touch. Down to earth, take down 72 Pin Connector in 3 games. And what a performance by Astro.
Yeah, I mean, my goodness. I didn't take note of how many MVPs Astro got during that series.
3, probably.
He probably did get 3 because he was all over the place doing everything for his team. And when you look at the opposite side of the pitch, Stumpy, 72 PC, is it communication issues? Is it just poor touches? Is it a combination of it? What is it?
I think it's lack of thinking forward, where you see with the down-to-earth guys, they were finding each other with touches, and even if they weren't, they were identifying when their teammate was in an awkward position. They were going to get an awkward save. They would therefore head in for a close shadow. So if it did fall badly, they could then just force another 50, and then the third teammate could then try and read it from that position. It was almost a conveyor belt of support from down-to-earth. 72 Pin Connector looked like a solo standard lobby, which new players will not know what that looks like. But it's something that is so relatively simple to fix. It's look at what your teammates are doing and just have a flowchart in your head. Do I move forward with them? Do they have a convincing touch? If yes, move forward with them. If no, head back, play it safe. Despite the fact there's going to be a lot of shots coming on your net from down to earth, a lot of them were savable. It just came down to double commits, and it was frustrating to watch at times. We both went on at Wanda a lot in that series, but there were several series-changing goals that you have to point the finger at someone, and it was just Wanda.
I don't think you need to just point a finger. I think you can just put up 3 and go like that and say, hey, all of you made your own mistakes, and ultimately you guys got to figure this one out. But while they try and figure it out, we're going to figure out what went wrong. We're going to talk more about that series, and we'd love to hear what you have to think about it as well. Make sure to tweet at us at RLE Sports and use the hashtag RLCS. But don't go anywhere. We're going to be back really soon with Zero Issue facing Ghost Gaming. Don't go anywhere.